Thank you for always watching Uganda Times Television. We are in Mbale, specifically at Casa del Turista, one of the hotels that you can stay at when you're in Mbale. We are going to meet one of the people that work around here to tell us about the prices and the services they offer. With me right now is the founder of Casa del Turista. We are going to be talking to him, and he'll be telling us a brief background of the Casa del Turista, the branches they have, and the way forward, and how the COVID has affected them. Good morning, sir.
Morning to you.
Can you please tell us your names and...
Naminya Saleh, my name. I run Casa Uganda Safaris and Lodges. Casa Uganda Safaris and Lodges is a home-founded company, homemade, based here in the East. We have a safari arm that does our tour and travels. We take people all over Uganda and some East African countries. But we have a bias. We love the East. We promote the East because it is Uganda's only hidden treasure. Under the Lodges arm, we run Casa del Turista, where we are. It's a bed and breakfast. You can call it a budget establishment. We also run CP4's Lodge in CP. It's the best spot you can ever choose if you came to the East. And right on your bed, you're able to see the world's most romantic waterfall. That is CP1. We are also establishing a new lodge soon, possibly maybe next year. We thought it would be this year, but because of COVID, hopefully next year. That is Wanale Eco Falls Lodge. So hopefully next year it will be up and running, right closer to Bali in Wanale Mountain.
The question that has been on every viewer out there is that we all know COVID affected the tourism industry the most. So how are you people trying to cope up with this? Because the tourists are not coming in as they used to.
Actually, the best way to describe the tourism industry now in Uganda is that the tourism industry is in the ICU, intensive care unit. That's what we are in. Okay. But of course, we are not taking it lying down. We are coming up with innovations, a lot of creativity, to see that we tap into the market that we had never paid enough attention to.
Yes.
That is the domestic market. It's what everyone is talking now.
Okay.
Right from the tourism marketing board to the lowest investor in the tourism industry.
Okay.
So some of the interventions we've made are interventions like, of course, making sure that we adhere to the SOPs. These are very key. It's the first step that is going to motivate and attract someone to travel down here. So we are adhering to the SOPs. And then, of course, we are coming in with prices that are going to motivate domestic tourists, Ugandans and non-Ugandans that are living in the country. Something that's going to motivate them to come down here and visit. So we've sliced our prices by more than a half.
Okay.
And then we are now talking Uganda shillings for key tourist establishments. Because, the key market has been the foreign market. And you want to speak the language they understand. That's the foreign currency. But now that we are coming back home, we are trying to see that we speak the language that Ugandans appreciate and understand. So besides bringing the prices down, we're also making sure that we come up with fantastic packages that can encourage group travels or family travels. Yeah, we just came up with an innovation here where right in your sitting room or in your bed you can order online, pay online, and then we do the delivery. Okay. So we've come up with an app, www.EcoShamba Cafe. You can download it. The Android guys, the iOS guys can download it, and they are good to go. Okay. So a couple of innovations in there.
So why would someone visit Mbale, and why Casa del Turista?
Why someone would visit Mbale? I usually prefer, when talking about Mbale, I prefer to wrap it up as the East.
Okay.
Because Mbale is the hub, Mbale is the heart of the East. And because of the decentralization that we are going through, so many districts have been carved out of Mbale, but Mbale used to cover the Elgon region. Okay. So we can take it as the East. Why would someone travel to the East? Key things, and number one in all, the East Mbale is known as Uganda's hidden treasure. People have traveled, gone to national parks, gone to game parks, and they've seen lots about animals and many other places. But Mbale is untapped. It's untapped in the sense that there are lots of activities, lots of products that can't be found anywhere, but only in Mbale. For example, Mbale is the home for Mount Elgon National Park, and Mount Elgon National Park is the mountain with the world's largest mountain caldera, a crater lake on a mountain. Can only be found in Mbale and right on top of Mount Elgon. And then Mbale still is the home of the world's second largest carnival, that is Imbalo, the culture. It's just next to the Brazilian carnival. But if you want to look for an authentic experience, cultural experience, it even beats the world's largest, that's the Brazilian. So if we can package it very well and attract more people, we are able to even unseat the Brazilian carnival from the world's #1 carnival. You can't find this culture anywhere else. Have you ever seen someone dancing while running or walking?
No.
You can only find that here in Mbale. And why isn't Mbale the hidden treasure? You know, coffee is the world's #1 most consumed beverage. And the best coffee with the best aroma, the best taste is right here in this region.
Yes.
Arabica coffee. We have even tried to preserve the original coffee, that is Nyasaland. You find it right at the slopes of Mount Elgon. The Abaidaya community. If you've never seen an African rabbi, the Jewish leader who is an African, is found here, right here at Semeika Kungulu. Every Ugandan who has studied in Uganda has studied about scramble and partition. And when you are talking about the scramble and partition of Africa, how the British colonized Africa and Uganda, you can't miss out to mention names like Semeika Kungulu. These were guys that were very pivotal in the growth of Uganda and the region. His remains are only found where? In Mbale here, a few meters from here. A couple of things. Mount Elgon is known as the mountain with 1,000 waterfalls. And I already mentioned about the world's most romantic waterfall. It is found in Sipi. Every corner you go to of Mount Elgon, as you drive around, you're seeing caves, you're seeing waterfalls, thousands and thousands of waterfalls coming from Mount Elgon. Bird species, it's a bird's paradise. Mbale and the Eastern is also the shortest route to Pianupe Wildlife Reserve. And Pianupe Wildlife Reserve is the only wildlife reserve in Uganda where you can find the roan antelope. I don't know whether you've ever heard of a roan antelope, but if you travel to all national parks and reserves in the whole country, you can't find the roan antelope. The only place you can find a roan antelope is in Pianupe Wildlife Reserve. And this is just 3 hours drive from Mbale town. There you are. So lots of things, bullfights, the culture, the food, culinary. You've heard of the Malewa.
Yes.
By the way, at Casa here, we are the only people that make the Malewa Rolex, the Malewa pizza.
Yes, I've heard of that.
Malewa pizza. We make it here, But Malewa is a meal you can't find everywhere. If you want to taste Malewa, Mbale is the place. And then the architecture designs, you must have driven through Mbale town and you see the architecture designs. You see the senior quarters, the Indian quarters, you're seeing the African quarters. It is a well-planned town. And if you want to visit and understand how the colonial times and how the past times were very well organized in building cities, Mbale is the place to visit. If I start talking about what you can do in Mbale, I'll talk until the cows come home. But what I want to say is that Mbale and the East is Uganda's hidden treasure. Yeah.
So what special package does Casa del Turista have to offer that other places cannot offer?
For example, we have a package running for the East. But if you want to travel to Sipi for only 80,000 shillings, we shall cover your transport, your meals, your activities, all the activities you're going to do in Sipi, we shall cover it. And the team will take you to Sipi, you do the activities, you have a meal, and then they bring you back to Mbale. And if you want to stay, imagine cutting our prices from $100-200 to 100,000 shillings. For a couple, for 100,000 shillings, you can spend a night in Sipi, and then with breakfast for 2.
Okay.
I mean, you can't find those packages anywhere, those prices anywhere. If you find them anywhere, let me know. We'll beat the price. Yeah.
So one question that I always like to ask, where do you see Casa in 5 years?
where I see Casa in 5 years, Casa will be the most sought tour, travel, hospitality company in the next 5 years.
Okay.
Not only competing in Uganda, but competing in East Africa and Africa at large. That's where we see ourselves.
Thank you so much for your time. It
You're
was
welcome.
great
You're
having you on our show.
You're welcome.
So right about now, I'm with one of the people in charge of Casa. He's going to tell us his position here and what services they offer. So good morning, sir.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm okay. What's your name and what's your position at this hotel?
Magola Richard is my name. I'm the general manager of Casa Uganda Safaris and Lodges. We have branches. One of them is here where you're seated. That's Casa Mbale or Casa del Turista. Then we have the other branch in CP, which is called CP Falls Lodge. We do safaris, we have accommodation, and we have the coffee shop. As I'll take you around to see what we do and what we offer to our clients. Yes.
Oh, how is your price range?
Our price ranges are just favorable to the local tourists and the foreign ones. Our price ranges from 50,000 shillings. That's a single, and a double goes for 80,000 shillings with breakfast. Our rooms are self-contained with hot showers and free Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with the COVID situation that is going on in the country, we know the number of tourists that come in has reduced.
Yeah, that's sure. That's
So
true.
do you have you considered the prices like with the COVID?
Yes, we have, and our rooms used to go for 120,000 shillings. So we had to reduce from 120,000 shillings to 80,000 shillings for double. And the ones that used to go, singles used to go for 80,000 shillings. We reduced to 50,000 shillings so that we can fit in. We can also help in promoting domestic tourism. So that's the way to go. By doing so much to promote domestic tourism.
Can you take us around the rooms?
Yeah, sure. Please, if you can follow me. Okay. So this room is called Pianope. As you can see, Pianope is one of our game reserves in the eastern region.
Okay.
It's found in part of Karamoja. This room, it's a double room,
Okay.
and it goes for 80,000 shillings, bed and breakfast.
Okay.
As you can see, we have the bathroom this side.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I told you, we have the hot showers. You just switch on here and get your hot shower ready.